Hey everybody, welcome back to my videos. My name is Eric McGrew. I'm with Eric's Tree Service here in Montrose, Colorado, and today we are going to be talking about this jacket that I am wearing right here. Let me see if I can't get this thing to show you the jacket a little bit more. So there's the jacket. Now, this video really is more about why I gave up on finding the ideal tree service arborist climbing jacket. That is why I am talking to you, because my goal was to go to Cheryl Tree's Arbor Fest and find a jacket that I wanted, one that would work for me for climbing and be what it was that I was looking for both flexibility, wind protection, rain protection, and durability, right? So I wasn't particularly looking for chainsaw protection. That's not what the goal of this piece of garment was, but I was looking for a few key features. Once again, durability, rain protection, wind protection, and be able to, have the flexibility I needed in it. So what I found though is that even the tree service chainsaw protection climbing oriented companies tend to fail in a few areas, in my opinion, on making a garment that do all of that together. So I looked at ArborTech and some other companies, and like the Breathe Flex line have a lot of really good key features that are great, but they didn't have everything that I was looking for in one. For instance, so they have a smock that's water resistant. It has a longer back in the back, which is a nice feature. It works well for flexibility. Another feature was it had to fit me snugly. I don't mean like super tight, but I mean just trimmed to the body so that you don't have a lot of excess stuff hanging out, right? That was the goal. And what I found with the Breathe Flex stuff is that the only one that they had that was water resistant that I found at the show and that anybody could quote to me or state to me was indeed water resistant was their smock, which is a half zip. So the zipper only comes down to here and you have to pull it over your head. The problem with that for me is when I'm in the tree and I have my harness on or my saddle on, whatever you want to call it, I have a hard time getting a smock off of my head when I get hot, whereas a zipper one I can pull up a little bit, unzip the rest of the way, and actually take it off while my saddle is still on and I'm hanging in the tree, which I've done a number of times. So to me, that's actually a pretty big deal, considering the fact that here in Colorado the locals like to say, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. And to a large degree, that's very common. We get these weird gusts of wind with these climate bursts, I guess you could call them, where it'll be 60 degrees and then a little micro storm comes through and it drops down into the 40s and it rains and it does all this stuff, snows, hail, sleets, whatever. And then 10 minutes later, literally, it's gone and it's back to 60 degrees. So being able to adjust and take things off and put it on easily is important to me as well. And that's what I was looking for. Now, you may remember a few weeks back, I did a video review of the Cool Relic Ripstop Fleece Soft Shell. And I didn't like a number of key features on that. One was the price. At $178, it was just something that I had a hard time paying that much money for that jacket to go and use it in work and feel like it wasn't going to particularly hold up to that degree of work. I didn't think it would last a long time. Do I think it's a good jacket? Yeah, I do actually. If you're hiking and that kind of stuff, well, you know what, better yet, just go watch the video. I'll put a card up in the top and you can go watch that video for the review. But for arborist climbing purposes, day in and day out, I felt that I would just destroy that jacket very, very quickly. Now, I looked around once again. I looked at all these different jackets that are offered. I looked at the Husky technical climbing stuff, but the problem with Husqvarna and with steel is that all of their technical climbing gear is for Europe. It's not intended, or I'm sorry, it's not sold here in the US that I can find. So I'm having a hard time with that. And then there's the SIP or SIP, I don't know how you say the company that Bartlettman, I think, sells. And I looked at that, but you know, buying stuff to have to return it, while it's a nice feature to be able to return stuff for free, it's just a hassle, and I don't really want to have to go through that if I don't have to. I usually try to buy stuff with the intention of keeping it, and I like to have the security that if I don't like it, then I'll send it back. And I just wasn't sold enough on that jacket to pay the money for it with the hopes that it would work. So a couple of things that I noticed when I was climbing with other jackets, and I've been climbing in like trekking and hiking jackets mainly. I like the lightweight of them, but the jackets, when they get loose in this area here, see, I like this jacket. It's very, very tight. The fabric gets caught between sometimes my my swivel on my rope bridge and my clips. Not that my carabiner is not connected, it is. I'm saying it gets pinched in there, or between the swivel base and my rope itself on the rope bridge. So it tears them and it does all this stuff because they're just a little too loose and they flop around. So what I found out is that none of the people on the market really made the jacket I wanted. So instead of paying $300-ish for a jacket on the market that I wasn't really sold on, I needed something for the North American Training Solutions class that I took at Arborist in Asheville, North Carolina. And on a whim, I just told my wife, well, I just want a cheap jacket. If it gets torn this weekend, I don't care. It's raining, it's cold, let's go get something. So I went to Target. And at Target, they actually had this jacket that I'm wearing, which is a Champion jacket. So it's not a real high quality jacket. This one was $49. And it is actually pretty much an identical copy of the Relic by Cool. It has ripstop material, which is nice. All of the material here is ripstop. It has a full zipper, which is really sweet for me. Let's see if you can see that. Let me swing around here real quick. Sorry, my gimbal's kind of freaking out with all this movement. So it has a full zipper here. It has a chest pocket zipper here. It also has zips on the side pockets that you can probably see right there. And it actually does have a lower back on it that hang over your pants. And it does have something I'm not super fond of. It has fleece on the inside. So that was something that, of course, you probably heard me talk about with the Relic jacket. I really don't like fleece on the inside, especially wearing long sleeve shirts with fleece on it. And these sleeves, one good thing about this jacket is these sleeves are very tight to the arm, so I don't have a lot of loose junk going on and flopping around to get caught on limbs and stuff. Plus it is ripstop once again, so that's like a huge thing. The best thing though was $49. The problem with this jacket that I'm seeing so far is that I can't really recommend it to you because Champion doesn't put a name on their models. I can't even find a model number on this jacket, not one that I can look up online anyway. If you look up Champion soft shell, then you'll find some that are ripstop. Some of them have hoods and some of them don't. And that was another thing. I didn't want anything with a hood, and a lot of stuff have hoods on it. I just don't like hoods. So what's the moral of the story here? Well, one, as hopeful as I was about getting a Arborist designed jacket, I just didn't find one that I thought fit my needs. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to support those Arborist companies the way that I had hoped. Two, don't underestimate the power of looking in places you might not have thought of. I mean, I would have thought that, Target would have been the last place in the world I was going to find a jacket that fit my needs for a climbing jacket, but it did. And I've climbed in this a number of times now. It's not even fraying. It doesn't show any signs of wear. It slides past branches and limbs without getting caught really, really easily. Granted, the zippers aren't the highest quality in my opinion, but for $49, it will survive, I think, a long time. Relatively long time, at least a season or two. And that's a big deal for me. Now, what will I do once this dies? I don't know. I'll have to look at something else. But the real moral of this story is don't be sold just because it says it's Arborist designed. Always look at those. Always like to support the Arborist companies. But remember that you might find what you are looking for, at least to a relative degree, in the most unlikely places. So once again, this one is a Champion jacket. It does have fleece on the inside, which I'm not fond of. The zippers aren't the greatest quality, but it does have a nice slim fit to it. And it does have ripstop material in it, which seems to be working very well, and it's fairly warm. Now, I will say that the Relic was a lot warmer than this one, but it was also over 3 times the price. So just keep that in mind as well. I don't know if this rambling helped you guys at all. I hope it does. I enjoy making these videos for you. I hope that it's guiding you guys in ways to help you get what you need and want as well. And I will see you guys in another video. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check the links in this description or the description of this video so that you might find Amazon affiliate links. Don't forget to check out my website, which is ericmcgrew.blogspot.com, and you can find bunches of videos and all my podcasts for elevated office and off-road independence there, as well as my recommended tree climbing equipment list. And there's a lot of Amazon affiliate links there if you want to go check those out for me. So till next time, be safe out there in the trees, and I'll see you again.